Yeah, Marnie, is in my year, she's first year of journalism, so she gave me a lot of the information.
What position is she?
She's a fullback, number 15.
Oh, so she written it.
See, I written it. I writ all the.
As if it's in their positions. Oh,
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
what you've
yeah,
done
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
This is I write it more complex.
yeah. I just wrote it.
Normally,
Sort of
what I
in
do is
rugby
I have a
style.
split section, something like faculty, but I couldn't find the stats page for Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, understood. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cheltenham Tigers. And we are here for the Women's Rugby Union varsity game between University of Gloucestershire and Worcester. My name is Suf Balmore, and I'm joined by Sam.
Hello.
So, Sam, what's your verdict for today? Then, so far, you've done all the research. How do you see the game going?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tight match. I think it's going to be an interesting one. I think Gloucester haven't performed as well as this season, but obviously they won varsity last year, so they'll be wanting to do a repeat of that.
So, looking for the double. Do you
Yes.
think it'll be going their way? Yeah, and how do you think the players will feel? Going into the game. Some of the players inside that. How do you think they're feeling going into the fixture today?
Yeah, I think you've got quite a few third years that will want to be, who will be putting the jersey on for the last time, and they'll be wanting to give all of their effort. You've got some first years as well who, it's their first varsity, so they're going to want to show people what they're made of, and really go out there and give it their all.
Yeah, and you mentioned the first years and the third years. How important is it for those newcomers to, for the third years to lead by experience and calm the nerves down?
Yeah, I think it's important for those third years to sort of who will have had the most experience of varsity to sort of show their experience and lead by example, like you said. And then for those second and first years, it's about showing what they're made of and laying the ground for years to come.
Yeah, and don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you are hoping to tune in as the game or as the day continues, you can follow across all updates on the UOGSU sports page on YouTube. This game's being live streamed on there, so if you want to catch up, tune in to that. We are just going to have a discussion of a few of the Gloucestershire players there. We're going to have a look at Chloe Sharp. She's recently just moved from scrum half position to play hooker. How do you think she's adapted into that role?
Yeah, I think adapted well. Only time will tell to see if she can perform today at the scrum half. But yeah, I think she's an experienced player. She's the third year, so I think she'll know the game well and be able to perform.
But that is quite a jump, to move from the back line into the forward pack, isn't it? That's going to be a key element for today to see how they perform.
Yeah, most definitely.
And what do you think we'll be expecting from both sides in terms of, speaking of forwards, in terms of scrums and the breakdown?
Yeah, I think both teams will, be going into it with all of their effort, putting power and strength into every single tackle. I mean, it's varsity, it's a rivalry. Neither team's going to be going there and not putting out over 100% into this.
Yeah, it really is, and you're starting to see the atmosphere is just starting to fill up now. How important is that for the women's game? If you could just look across to the right hand side and you can see the atmosphere starting to build.
Yeah, I think the atmosphere is really important. I think I've spoken to a couple of the players, both the women's and the men's, and I think the home crowd is such a massive advantage. But having a crowd here to witness and cheer you on, it just sort of when you're feeling down, when you're feeling tired in that sort of last half, it just gives you that energy and momentum to still put everything into the tackles and make sure that you can sort of get the victory over the line.
Yeah, that really is important. And for Gloucestershire, they'll be looking to retrieve the crown. How do you think? What would it mean for them, or what would it mean for Worcester, or for both sides to win today's game?
Well, for Gloucester, if they want to win varsity overall, then a win here is crucial. Whereas if Worcester were to win this game, then no matter how the other results go, I think they on points they win varsity overall. But yeah, so it's a very crucial match for Gloucester to try and see if we can go all the way.
Yeah, that really is important. We're not too far away though from kick-off, just a little under 10 minutes to go, and that should be the game getting us underway in just under 10 minutes time. Gloucestershire players and Worcestershire players get themselves ready. They're getting themselves geared up. Some of them came out earlier for the warm-ups just to get a feel for the weather. Speaking of the weather, what are you expecting for the conditions today? It looks bright and sunny, a little bit of a breeze but not too much.
Yeah, it's a little bit windy, but the sun is out. I can't see any sort of darker clouds, so I think hopefully, touch wood, the weather will be nice. Seems like good weather to play in. But yeah, the wind will be an interesting one to see whether that moves the ball at all. Hopefully, it shouldn't make too much of a difference.
Yeah, we shall see. But as we know, weather conditions can change at any given minute over here. But and as well for Worcester, how do you think they'll be coming into this game as well? How do you think they're looking?
Yeah, I've not looked at Worcester too much, but yeah, it'll be it's not just any game, no matter how your season's gone. I think Worcester or Gloucester, no matter what their seasons look like, they'll both be coming to this game, and it's the most important game of the season. They'll want to win it, no matter if no matter how many losses they've taken in the season. It all comes down to this, really.
Well, actually, Worcester have got quite a few experienced players, especially in the likes of Phoebe Dunn, Wally Cohen, and they have a pretty strong forward line in the 4-5, and especially sixth possession between Cohen, Phoebe Dunn and Hannah Fletcher. They have been really dominant at scrum time. The forwards have been in the rucks as well, winning penalties and helping their team out. So that will be another key battle to look out for in the breakdown, watching where the forwards come in, who can get onto the ball first. How vital do you think that will be to deciding, especially if it's one of those games that could come down to within a one score?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's crucial that you sort of make the key passes, that you sort of give it your all, and when it comes to especially if it's a one-score game, then anything can make the difference.
It really is. It really is. Music's starting to play. People starting to come in.
It looks like Gloucester are making their way out as well.
Yeah, just looking over to the right-hand side. I think that's the Gloucestershire team just starting to make their way out onto the field, or are they going in? No, they're going to go inside. I think they're going to have a group team talk first, get into the huddle. What do you think the captain will be saying in that dressing room?
Yeah, I think it'll just be about, giving it your all, making sure that you put 1,000% in, like no matter how hard you've worked, like every single minute counts, and so giving every single bit of your body and effort until the last minute, and just trying to get the win, working with each other, communicating, all the key stuff.
That really is important. So, that's the Gloucestershire team. What do you think the Worcester team will be saying in their changing room as well? They'll be looking to get out onto the field, hopefully making it a double.
Yeah, I think similar stuff. I think Worcester will be, I think it will just be similar stuff, but maybe just asking the players to just tune out anything from the home crowd. There might maybe some of the home crowd maybe, chanting against them, but the Worcester will just have to sort of stay focused on themselves and stay focused to their mission, drown out that sort of home crowd noise and focus on themselves.
Well, actually, you spoke about the home support. There are a number of Worcester fans that have made the trip down the M5 towards the outskirts of Cheltenham to come and support their team. How much of credit would you give to them for making that journey?
Yeah, I mean, it's not too long a drive. Obviously, if I'm sure, family and friends will all be wanting to, see their daughters or see their granddaughters or see their friends play in what is one of the biggest, or if not the biggest, game of the season.
I mean, and I think for some people they would say it would define some of their university careers as well, don't you think? To win a varsity, that could be something they could share with generations to come.
Yeah, for sure. I think having that sort of varsity win under your belt, or varsity wins under your belt, is something to brag about. It's something to sort of, especially if you're a first year or a second year, when they move up next year and they're speaking to the first year students for varsity next year, they can go, if they're to win, they can go, we win varsity next year. We wanna repeat that. Sort of express to them how much it means,
Well, we are just a little over 3 minutes away from kickoff, so if anyone has got plans, I'd suggest you cancel them and tune into the stream on the UOG SU page. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock, so not too far away, in fact just within a touching distance, and hopefully we should all be set for an 80-minute thriller here at Cheltenham Tigers RFC in Gloucestershire. It is Worcester against Gloucestershire, or I should say vice versa, the other way round, but it will be a fantastic game, and that will be kicking off shortly. But stick with us, because there is still some time to go. We are going to have a look at some of the others. We're going to look at Connie Jordan, the vice captain, as well. We're going to look at Molly Francis. Molly France, I do apologise. Another player, she actually missed out on last year's varsity with a concussion. How important do you think it'll be for her to bounce back and, obviously last year will be her final year, but to miss last year for a concussion, that must be heartbreaking. How eager do you think she'll be to run out onto that pitch this afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, so she's the second year, so this will be obviously her first varsity. She'd have missed through that concussion, so this will be like her first experience of playing in varsity. So I think she'll just be wanting to give her all, give everything to it, and making sure for her nothing gets left on the field, and I think she'll be raring to go, wearing that kit.
I'm pretty sure. I'm sure everyone's going to be raring to go, and I think they will be they'll all be pumped up. They'll know what they've got to do. They would have studied each other's teams. They would have looked at the dangerous positions as well, wouldn't they?
Yes, yeah, they'll have made sure that they've done the research. They know what the game plan is. They know what they're doing, and yeah.
Yeah, that will be key as well. We are going to have a look as well at Faye Francis stepping in as captain for Esme Baywell this afternoon. That has got to be a massive task to step in as a captain in a game of this magnitude. How do you think she'll be feeling?
Yeah, I mean, Esme Bagwell was a key player for Gloucester. She scored 2 tries in the last game of the season. She's won a back of the match, and so yeah, she'll be I'm sure missed by the team. But yeah, Faye Francis coming in as that captain role, I'm sure she'll do a great job. She'll wear that sort of captain's armband with pride.
Welcome to the Ladies Varsity 2026 rugby game. It is almost time to start the game. But first we are going to read today's team sheets, and starting with Worcester University.
Well, here we go.
Dunn and Poppy Grosvenor. We have Liv Limband.
I think the sides are just starting to come out.
Hannah Fletcher. Molly Cohen. Harrietta Moore.
Say that again, sorry.
Lily Trotter. Emily Stone. Sammy Harper.
Did you hear what he said?
Neve Rudkin. Mia Madahugui. Tash John. Emily Macklin Day. Freya
Sorry,
Kaplan,
Matt.
Stella Peacock. Kelsey Tolley. Ella Carr. Chloe White. Caitlin Morgan. Demi Gibbons. Elsie Bramley. And Millie Oakley. Wow, ladies and gents, make some noise for your Worcester rugby team!
Right, we are all set and ready to go. It is the University of Gloucestershire against Worcester.
Yeah, so the University of Worcester coming out onto the field. Some cheers from the away fans that have travelled down.
Yeah, the away fans really have travelled out in support. Out comes the Worcester team they'll line up. That's going to be a key for them. Just having a look as well. They get themselves ready. I think Gloucestershire are just about waiting on the brink. If you look over to the far right, they're just waiting in the tunnel.
Now time to introduce your Gloucestershire University ladies rugby team.
Sorry, say that again.
Led by your captain, Faye Francis, vice-captain, Lizzie Jones. A special mention for Eva Hutton, whose 50th university game today. We then have Nia Boys, Lara Mill, Jess Main, Eva Bird, Maisie Wiggins, Megan Hughes, Chloe Sharp, Rhiannon Bryant, Alice Hornby, Molly Franz, Emily Lapworth, Maine Cameron, Connie Jordan, Georgia Taylor, Ash Poynton, Summer Nettleship, Lucy Rowe, Caris Adams, Emily Hoyle. Make some noise for your Gloucestershire University ladies rugby team!
Yeah, well, here they come. There comes the University of Gloucestershire side. They'll be running out, oozing with some confidence. There's the home support cheering them on. Out they come. They come out onto the field of play to a Gloucestershire roar that will hopefully cheer them on for the next 80 minutes. And out come the officials as well. Hopefully they should have a fantastic afternoon. This will be an important game for them as well. The players will have a slight shake of the hands and walk past, meet each other just before the battle commences. Referees get themselves into position, and so do the officials. And we should be in. If anyone, as I said earlier, has plans, counsel them. We should be in for an 80-minute thriller here at Cheltenham Tigers Rugby Football Club. Cancel your plans, strap yourselves in, buckle up. The two teams get into the huddle. Gloucestershire will be looking for redemption. Worcester looking for a double. Which way will it go? Worcester come out of theirs, punt and ready. Gloucestershire, just a few extra moments. Last few words. And they look set and they are prepared. And it is going to be Gloucestershire to get us underway, and it's going to be Rihanna Bryant to get the game started by the looks of things. There goes the referee. Is everything set? The players look set. Well, we're just waiting on the actual official to come out. Just a slight little delay here to the start of proceedings. And there is the man in the middle. So players await, referee comes out towards the centre.
Well, it is very almost time to start. I've seen some drums out there. Let's make some noise for your university!
The fans will get cheering, and the environment with the ball in hand to get this game underway. And Worcester will regain possession early on. There's the first tackle of the afternoon. Players just starting to warm up. Second phase, that's a good carry from Olivia Linford of Worcester. She takes it into contact, and it's going to be Heidi Pullman commanding things at the scrum half position. But she has to play, she's in the ruck at the minute, so Pullman comes in. That's a loose ball, it's gone out towards the centre, but Gloucester just going a few phases back, and they've rumbled forward. Gloucestershire able to just hold their position in the middle of the field so far. Worcester just looking to hold on to possession. That was Lily Reeves who's just gone down with the ball in hand. But Worcester will come forward again. Pullman plays it out towards the right. Down it goes, and that was Ruby Longman coming in. And carried inside. Worcester just keep it in play, moving a few metres forward. Referee says to stay back. Pullman back right, come Worcester, and that's another good run. And it's Linford coming out towards the centres now, coming back right towards the inside centre, number 12, and that is Sammy Harper. Who comes in, and there's the first penalty of the afternoon, and it's going Gloucestershire's way. Knock on. Fantastic pressure by Gloucestershire's defence to force the pressure, Sam.
Yeah, brilliant to win the penalty there.
Yeah, and we are going to have the first scrum of the afternoon. Let's see how this one goes. And it's going to be Gloucestershire who have the put in, and it's going to be Chloe Sharp who will be playing in her final varsity, and she's just recently moved from the hooker position, as we said earlier, so she'll know what the hookers will want. And this put in, and it goes, they'll tap, in it goes. Gloucestershire have it, she takes it from the back, plays it left, and Gloucestershire will come left. Ball's just bounced back slightly, and it's going to be Amelie Lapworth who retains possession of the ball for Gloucestershire. Back right it comes, early pressure on the scrum half, and that is exactly what Worcester wanted. Early pressure, Gloucestershire couldn't cope, and they've managed to get the ball back. Won't that give Worcester some confidence in the early encounters?
Yeah, that'll be key for Worcester to earn it back there in the opposition half as well. You know, they they've kept Gloucester back, and they've not let them gain any yardage at all.
So Worcester will have their first put in to the scrum of the afternoon, and it's going to be Pullman to set it in. And Pullman takes it out, goes out to Trotter, who plays it right, and they're going to carry on in field. Worcester just about nearly breaking through in towards the Gloucester 22, dragged just short. Everyone's lining up now on the left hand side. There goes another pod. Gloucestershire do pull them just a few metres back. Nothing there. Left they come again, and that is Phoebe Dunn who comes in, the second rower. It's going to be Harper. Harper comes in, plays it out left again, and once again Worcester on the attack. Back into the hands of Harper, the Worcester flanker. Down she goes. Gloucestershire all of a sudden in retreat. Worcester having the first, I'd say, real attack of the afternoon. Pullman waits, and there's a penalty coming in once again. It's going Worcester's way. Tap and go, and that's done by Trotter. Well, the centre, ball's bouncing around, it's gone backwards, so no problem with that. No, it didn't actually. The referee has just brought play back. It is a knock on. And I think there is. Gloucester should do a play down there. She's back to her feet all of a sudden. No, she's not. And I think that was in the last field of play. That's where they'll be looking. Worcester will look to regroup. What do you make of those opening encounters, Sam?
Yeah, Worcester have started strong. They've showed grit and determination to get themselves forward, and yeah, they've really pushed Gloucester back into their own half early on.
Yeah, and you know, Worcester will look to take some confidence from this, going to this on the front foot. Gloucestershire are in the huddle as well. What do you think they'll take from this opening encounter?
I think Gloucester will just want to sort of make sure that they that Worcester do not convert, that they don't score a try, and we'll try and push them back now.
But you know, the Worcester forward, Olivia Lindblad, she's really been quite fantastic. Her ball carrying so far. What have you got to say on that?
Yeah, I think she's been brilliant, and I think quite a few of the Worcester players have been good at bringing the ball forward, and driving with their legs to gain a lot of yards.
Well, Worcester do have a scrum, and it's deep inside the Gloucestershire 22. Actually, no, do apologise. It is a Gloucestershire put-in. So it's going to be sharp to tap, and it goes. And Gloucestershire will look to in some territory position. The referee not happy with that, so he's going to have a word with the front rowers here. Wants it a little bit more straight. I think it might have been for an early engagement. So we, as the players reset, get into their positions, we go again. So down they go. Referee will call out the commands. Sharp prepares. The second time, in it goes again. The ball goes into the tunnel. Out it comes, and that's another penalty again. And Gloucestershire will look to do something from this. There's the tap and go, and they're going to start off quickly through the field. Down it goes. Worcester, hold on, and that's been fumbled, and it's gone black into Worcester possession, and that is exactly what they wanted. Gloucestershire having to now regroup into a defensive line like they come. It was a knock on forward, but he was playing advantage, so possession remains with Worcester. What do you think of that then? Knock on, early pressure from both sides, Sam.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for Gloucester to drop the ball there, and then Worcester did the exact same, but just a few moments earlier they'd been given the advantage. So luckily for them, they keep the ball.
Yeah, so it's going to be scrum down, Worcester ball, and it's going to be Heidi Pullman to have the put in. Referee once again does job, calls out the commands. In it goes, into the tunnel. Back out it comes. Someone plays it left, but once again, referee is not happy. So that's the second scrum, that he's in the short encounters that he's had to restart again. What do you think is happening in that front row?
I'm not too sure.
Whereas I think it's just the engagement in the forwards. Maybe it could be anything to do with body position, but who knows? Anyway, we stop and we regroup again. Referee gets the players resettled, and Worcester will regroup and try and get this ball out. Referee puts it in. Pullman gets the command. In it goes into the tunnel. That comes out beautifully. They go right, and that's their number 8, properly Grosvenor. The captain comes in. Right, they go again, out towards the right-hand wing. Players lining up onto the left-hand side. There goes Reeves into contact as well, and they rumble forward. Once again, back into Gloucestershire territory. They come forward again, and that is Harvey Armour who runs herself into contact. Gloucestershire looks set to defend. There goes Lily Trotter. She plays it towards the right. Left they come. They're going to come through, and it's going to be a try for Maduagu. No, just short. Picked up by Trotter.
Number 15.
And it's Natasha John, I think, who's finished the job off. And it is Worcester who take the score early on. Boy, that was some move. Gloucestershire penned back for a few minutes. Actually, no, it isn't a try. I do apologise. I thought it was, but it's actually a scrum down. Sorry, you have to understand the position in this corner that we've actually got up here. There's a limited view of the far right corner, but it is actually it was not a ton, I believe, so it's a penalty, and it is a scrum. So the Common referee once again is not happy with that scrum, and there's a whistle blows. But again, so it wasn't a try, but warning signs for Gloucestershire there, isn't it?
Yeah, Worcester are coming very close. Oh, looks like Gloucester have kicked it
and
out.
Gloucestershire have kicked it out. They've opted for the line out indeed.
Yeah, Worcester are coming very close. They've got a lot of speed and power that they're using early on, and were almost able to take advantage, but Gloucester just about hung on.
It's going to be Laura Hill. Takes the line out, and it comes. It just about lands. It wasn't quite. It's gone Worcester's way though, so that's a funny ball. Pullman takes it out, plays it right towards the right hand side. They rumble forward towards the line, and it's going to be Molly Cohen. She's pulled down just short. Or has she? Has she made it? We're going to have a look. No, she hasn't. They're still going towards the line. They go again. The rumble, and referee says yes. The arm goes up, and it is Worcester who straw first blood in the varsity. Not quite sure who it was at the bottom of the pile. I think it is Heidi Pullman, possibly. But whoever it was, it is Worcester that have drawn first blood. But what a move.
Worcester University.
Worcester have been attacking early on. They showed signs of an attack, and it had been coming, and it is the scrum half Heidi Pullman, the quick pick and go. Now it's the conversion. Lily Trotter to extend it to 7 points. Here it comes. The flags go up, and Worcester strike first in the varsity, 7-0. What do you think of that then?
Yeah, I think Worcester have come out really strong in these first opening minutes of the game, and they've deservedly taken the lead. I think Gloucester need to do a little bit better in their tackling, make sure that they're not giving us away as many yards to Worcester, and yeah, they want to start. They want to kick off and try and level the scores now.
There we go. Pullman plays it short, doesn't quite go as aerial, but Worcester managed to retain possession. And I think the referee is going to pull it back. There's the early knock on, and that is just the restart that Gloucestershire wanted. Early pressure from the kickoff, a restart, knock on, and Gloucestershire gained some territory. Isn't that right, Sam?
Yes, Gloucester have made their way up the pitch, and hopefully they can continue this and get a try for themselves, and like I said, level the score.
Okay then, well, Gloucestershire have a scrum inside the Worcester half. It's going to be Chloe Sharp with the ball to put in. Free shouts the commands. And he goes, set says the referee, and it goes. Sharp plays it out towards the back now. Here come Gloucestershire. They're coming out towards the left hand side. Which way did they go? Left or right? Right is the call, and it goes into the hands of Grosvenor. She swings it back inside, goes into tackle. Should play it left, and that is going to be Lizzie Jones who runs it into contact there. Gloucestershire looking to strike early. There's a good move forward to Laura Hill. Rumbles forward. Gloucestershire looking to draw level and show some sort of fight. They carry on going. Worcester retreat, hold their defensive line. Gloucestershire come forward again, and it is Laura Hill again. Rumbles forward. Referee just trying to keep everyone onside as Gloucestershire come right. That's a good, decent hit there. And what a hit that is. And it comes out to Rihanna Bryant, who plays it out left. And it could be, or is it? No, just
Marley
couldn't quite
Cameron
get there. Marley Cameron out on that wing, looking to try and cut inside. She's dragged down just short of the line. Gloucestershire retaining the pressure though. Back left they come. Could this be? No. Is it held up? No, it isn't. Just short of the line again. Just a few more phases, and Worcester have turned it over. And it's Sammy Harper who's managed to retain possession. Fantastic defensive work. Now they will look to play it short, but Gloucestershire will try and keep the pressure on them. Forwards go into the ruck. Fantastic work by Worcester to manage to overturn the possession in that area of the field. That was Pullman who's just gone in. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was Grosvenor who's gone in there. And Worcester will kick it out and clear the danger. What defensive work by Worcester to hold out the Gloucestershire attack and turn over there.
Yeah, it was amazing from Gloucester. They're the best they've done so far, and I really thought they were going to get the try there, but unfortunately they weren't. They didn't. And yeah, Worcester defended on the line really well there.
That's absolutely fantastic work. Not to mention the two carries by Laura Hill, the Gloucestershire hooker. What work done by her. Lizzie Jones just comes over to put the commands into the hooker's ear. And it comes. That's a fantastic line-out ball. It's gone a little bit funny off the release. It didn't go forward, didn't come off the hand, so Gloucestershire still have possession. And he goes, Lizzie Jones takes it into contact. That's fantastic work. They're lining up onto the right-hand side. There's Maisie Williams, left-hand side. Williams takes it into contact. Which way did Gloucestershire go? And looks like, and Worcester once again have turned over possession as well. That is not what Gloucestershire wanted. So it's Worcester's ball now. Pullman decides to go right, goes towards Trotter. Trotter plays it into the hand. She goes right as well, and it goes Mia Maduagwu. What a run this is! What a run that is by Maduagwu for Worcester. Gloucestershire all of a sudden retreating in territory. Trotter comes right, plays that to right hand side and knocked on. Well, no, yes it was. But Gloucestershire all of a sudden have found themselves pegged back in their own half, Sam.
Yeah, Maduagwu is phenomenal at driving that ball forward. She just has a lot of power, and Gloucester can't seem to really get her down when she does carry the ball.
But one thing I've noticed, when she's got going so far, she's got players clinging on to her left, right, centre to try and get her down.
Yeah, you've got multiple players on her, but she just keeps driving those legs forward, and that's really giving her the momentum to just drive and yeah. So Gloucester just need to tackle a bit lower and make sure they can try and get her down sooner.
Well, they do have a scrum here, and it goes. Chloe Sharp puts in with the put in, and that's a penalty going Worcester's way. And look at the celebrations from the front row. They are loving this. Penalty going to Worcester's way, and it's going to be Trotter, and this will extend the lead to 10 points if this goes over. No, they've opted to not go for the kick, and instead they've gone for territory and line-out position. Sorry, I do apologise. I actually thought that they were going to go for the penalty kick, but nope, they've decided to go for a line-out instead and go for territory position. So Worcester have a line-out deep inside the Gloucestershire half. And it's going to be Ruby Longridge to take, and it comes, and the ball's bouncing, but Worcester just about retain possession. The referee says that has it's gone forward, so Gloucestershire do have possession back. So just that penalty earlier on, talking about from the scrum, what happened there? Do you think it was just Gloucestershire being dominated or weren't quite ready?
I couldn't quite see from where I was, but yeah, good that Gloucester are now able to take this back. Just trying to see what the referee is calling here.
Well, I think it was called for actually a knock on when the ball came down from the line out, so assuming it is going to be a Gloucester put in, but they do have a player down. And that is...
Let's see, waiting.
That is... I think we're just having a look. I think it's one of the flankers that has gone down.
I think she's just getting ready.
No, not gone down. They're just about to get set. So...
Sharp about to take.
Sharp about to have a put in into the scrum. Into the forwards tunnel it goes, and Gloucestershire this time get the ball out quickly, do not allow. They come left, looking to play out from the blocks. Out it goes towards Emily Lapworth. But once again...
I think it was a forward pass, is he calling now?
It was forward, yeah, that's what the referee has called, forward pass, and it hasn't quite gone Gloucestershire's way. So Gloucestershire at the minute just can't quite seem to get out of their own half, Sam.
Yeah, it's annoying with the forward pass there. That's the sort of thing you want to sort of try and iron out in training, and yeah, one of those kinks that you want to try and eliminate, especially in such a crucial game.
Well, it's a scrum now, but this time it is Worcester's ball, and it's going to be Heidi Pullman to have the put in for Worcester, and it goes into the forwards tunnel. Pullman plays it out, comes out towards Trotter. Trotter charging through the middle, looks for the offload ball. It's a bouncing ball, it's gone backwards, says the referee, so play on is the call. Pullman again goes right. This time it goes into the hands of Harry Piama, who tries to go for the line. Dragged just short. Worcester coming forward once again. And once again Gloucestershire find themselves pegged back. There's an overload coming out towards the right hand side. And it is going to be scored. And it's Natasha John into the corner. They had an overlap on the right hand side. And Worcester score again. And they are absolutely dominating this first half. Gloucestershire being penned back so far, and it has been a Worcester onslaught, and they lead by 12 with a conversion to come.
Yeah, clinical from Worcester there, and yeah, Natasha John on that full-back position is has done really well in getting forward, especially in that final area.
Or is it a try? I'm not too sure. I thought the referee had his arm up in the corner for a try.
Looks like someone's getting treated.
Or is that treatment? Is it a try or treatment? Which just trying to work out what's going on here. I think there is a player down. Not too sure. It looked to me as if Worcester had scored in that corner. So just going to have a look, see what the outcome is, whether it's going to be a conversion or not. They're just going to have a few minutes here. And everyone is ready and back on their feet. No, it's not a try. I do apologise. It's going to be a restart. So it's going to be their ball. Just to come forward again. Left it comes. It goes left again. Now here it comes again. Now it goes towards Lily Reeves, who comes in. Trotter awaits in position. She does receive, steps inside. The rumbles towards the line. Here he comes. It's the number 8 as well. Worcester coming forward again, and it's Poppy Grosvenor. Worcester once again just pouncing Gloucester back, and Gloucestershire managed to retain possession, and they will now look to be regaining territory. Here it comes. That's number 4 in there for Gloucestershire. They will look to try and make their way out. Back it comes, and what a tackle that is, and that is on Laura Hill. Gloucestershire now find themselves fed back, and it was Naya Boys that was hit there. So here it comes. Gloucestershire look to attack again. They come through once more. Right hand, right they go. They look to make their way. They do make their way just out of the 22. Worcester screaming to pile on the pressure. And there's a little chip and dink, and
I'm going to kick it back.
the waits for the bounce, and that's going to be picked up. Natasha John, the Worcester fullback, gets in, but it's gone Worcester's way. They managed to retain possession again. Worcester come left, and there's the penalty. They managed to get it in. It's gone Gloucestershire's way. And it's for holding on. So Gloucestershire forwards doing their work, getting into the ruck and getting the penalty back, Sam.
Yeah, key for Gloucester there to win it back, and hopefully they can drive forward now and get some momentum for themselves after quite a dominant display from Worcester so far. Yeah,
I think they'll be looking to just build some more phases, get a few attacks going, won't they, just to try and regain some confidence before going in, because they actually have been paying back quite a bit. Well, what has been a potent Worcester side that looks to attack by the looks of things.
Yeah, I think the Worcester have just been clinical so far. They've just had a bit more driving forward. Saying
play
that
resumes, and that's going to be
Evie Turton absolutely drives forward,
piles through the middle, gets Gloucestershire some territory. Right they go. That's fantastic work. I think it's Bernard Mays-Wiggins coming in there. Gloucestershire all of a sudden are just regrouping back onto that right hand side. and again it's gone out of play, but that will do Gloucestershire some good. That run by Evie Turton, the front rower, fantastic work to get Gloucestershire up the field, Sam.
Yeah, that was phenomenal from Turton there. She just you thought she was going to go down, and she just kept running and just kept powering through, and Worcester couldn't seem to get her down, and she must have gained a good 20 yards at least there.
Yeah, I believe it was. believe it was definitely a good 20-yard run. She definitely crashed through the defensive tackles. Anyway, it's going to be a scrum down here. And it's going to be a Worcester ball.
Yeah, Gloucester are going to try and keep Worcester back into their own half now, and hopefully they can capitalise on a mistake.
Yeah, it's gone down. The referee just calls players back up. But you know, that run though, that territorial gain, that's got to give Gloucestershire some momentum going, you know, into the next few minutes, the next few phases of play, Sam.
Yeah, that's probably their best phase of play so far. So yeah, I think that will give Gloucester some momentum, some belief that they can drive forward, that they can push Worcester back, and hopefully they can score before the half and equalise things up.
Well, they will be looking to get points on the board next, though, won't they? Because, you know, if you look at the score now, if Worcester go in 10 points, you know, or if they'll gain some even more momentum going into half-time, or Gloucestershire levelling the score, that will be a momentum changer for them.
Yeah, I think Gloucester, their best hope is to level the scores out here. You've got the home crowd really cheering on here.
Yeah, home crowd going as Hyde Pullman puts it in for Worcester. There goes the scrum, and it's referee's not happy again, and it's going to go Worcester's way. So not quite what Gloucestershire wanted.
I think Worcester are going to kick it on here.
Yeah, I think Worcester. I think you're right. Worcester are going to send this one into touch. No, it doesn't quite get there though. Wind's blown it infield. So Gloucester retain possession. That's a lovely little chip and go. I think that was by Maisie Cameron. No, it wasn't.
Whoa,
and
what a tackle that is.
What a hit that is on centre field. Gloucestershire getting some confidence from that. That is a massive hit on the Tasha John of Worcester there. But they will look to carry the ball forward. And it's Olivia Lindblad again. Worcester go towards their right. Gloucestershire look to try and keep them penned back. That's another good carry. I think that's probably Gronsman, the captain. It is, that's gone in there. Back out it comes. There comes Maduaku. Another one of those towering runs, and she cuts through. Cuts back inside and out. She's eventually brought down. Into the Gloucestershire half she goes. A fantastic carry. All of a sudden momentum swinging Worcester's way. Pullman plays it out right. Worcester carry on going. It's going to go right again, and it's dropped, but it's gone into Gloucestershire possession. And that is Naya Bowles who's managed to just clean things up, and the referee just brings it back for a knock on, and it's going to be a scrum down. But what another run again from Maduaku of Worcester, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, she is just phenomenal. When she sort of gets going, she absolutely powers through. She has that perfect combination of power and speed. And yeah, if not for Marnie Cameron from Gloucester making an excellent tackle to bring her down, it could have easily been another try for Worcester.
But surely that's got to be some warning signs for Gloucestershire there. They've got to, you know, surely have a word about that. Do you think they'll be talking about that in the group discussions, in the group huddles?
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I think at half time they'll be discussing what they can do to try and eliminate the threat from Maduagu, as she is just made a couple of those runs and really drive Worcester forward at key points.
Yeah, she has really been quite key in the territory in terms of and the ball carrying for Worcester. She's been fantastic so far. We've seen quite a few of those runs where defenders are just clinging on to her, not being able to bring her down. Then eventually she brought it down, but she ran almost from her own half, straight across and almost towards the Gloucestershire 22. And she was dragged down just short, and it is going to be a scrum down. There will be a Gloucestershire put in, so after all that is the verdict, and they'll line up, and we're ready to go again, just over a handful of minutes, just over 5 minutes or so, I believe, left to go until half time. What do you think? I think it'll be either Worcester to double the score, hold out, or Gloucestershire looking to go back in their level just before the put in. Sam?
Yep, I think Gloucester will need to have another key drive here. Hopefully Evie Turton can replicate her drive earlier on and power forward.
We hope so, but Gloucestershire
Cameron
do
with the ball
pull
here.
forward. Cameron comes in, and what's the referee going? Penalty going.
No.
Gloucestershire's way again. There comes a tap and go. They're going to come left. No, referee brings it back and says, "Play from here." Gloucester just a little bit eager to get the game going quickly. Sam, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Gloucester are trying to sort of, really get the ball forward and, really try and do their best to level the scores before the half.
They will do, and I think they're going to start off here. Yep, they've decided to go for the line out this time, so line out is the call for Gloucestershire, and that's what's going to happen. So let's see how they line up here, and it's going to be Laura Hill to take the line out for Gloucestershire. It looked to be tidier than last time. It is knocked backwards into Gloucestershire. There's many times they managed to get up there, but all of a sudden Gloucestershire found themselves penned back. Now there comes Eve Turnton. She'll look to carry the ball forward. Gloucestershire looking to come right out towards this right hand side. Right, they do come, and that was Lizzie Jones who's running into contact there. Rihanna Byron waits on the call. She gets the call. There's a little chip and go. It bounces, and it bounces favourably, or maybe not. And that's a good tackle and a good territory position from Gloucestershire, but Worcester managed to retain possession. And it's kicked away, and that was Sammy Harper with a kick upfield. It bounces awkwardly for the fullback, and that's a fantastic hit again. And all of a sudden Gloucestershire find themselves penned back. And there's the penalty. And once again, it's gone Gloucestershire's way. But, you know, the tackles that are coming off the back of these kicks, Sam, they're almost just getting there straight away. The back line aren't even getting a chance.
Yeah, Worcester look like they have done some key tackles there to make sure that Gloucester aren't gaining any advantage
They have.
when they do kick it through.
Yeah, just over 5 minutes left to go then until half time. 30 carries, Gloucestershire play the ball forward. A little grubber there by Rihanna Byron. That goes through, and nothing comes of that. So yeah, just over 5 minutes left to go until half time. It has predominantly possession wise, I'd say it has been Worcester's game so far, but Gloucestershire just starting to creep back into it a little bit over the past 10 minutes, Sam.
Yeah, I think Worcester dominated early on. They got that try, and then since then it's sort of been even. I think Worcester have had a few attempts where they've got forward, and then Gloucester likewise have taken it to the line and almost scored. But yeah, for now it remains 7-0 to Worcester.
Yeah, and they'll be looking to get out in this position and potentially land one more score. Worcester will be. The forwards in the huddle there, they're just discussing, I think, the line-out calls, just calling out what the plans are going to be. And I think, by the looks of it, it's going to be Overburn, who looks the predominant person to go up for the line-out. You know, she's in there command herself. She's had a fantastic season with Worcester, especially in terms of the forward line, the way she carries them, the way she locks herself into the second row position, the way she carries, gives out the line out instructions. Gloucestershire will just be looking to either level the score or just be looking to keep it at damage limitations at 7-0. That will do them some good going into the break, won't it?
Yeah, I think it's key to go into that into the half ahead. If you can. They won't want to give Gloucester a try here and even the scores, so yeah, Worcester will be just doing everything they can to make sure that they.
Well, there we go. The line-up ball has bounced, and it's going to be Gloucestershire who get the call, and they'll be looking to make something from this. But depends what they do. They are going to go for the line out. So, what are you expecting here, Sam? Are you expecting them to maul for the line from here?
Yeah, I think Gloucester will be trying to their best to make it count here. This is the time to get that try right before the half. Means that they go into the changing rooms even.
Well, there it comes. They're going to play it short. They have played it short, just
Hughes.
short. Back right it
Lizzie
comes.
Jones,
into the hands of Evie Turton towards the line. Does she get there? Yes, she does.
There we go.
And Gloucestershire pull it level with just a few minutes to go until half time. Well, not level. There is still a kick to come, but they have managed to get a score back. Evie Turton towards the line off the back of a cheeky line-out move. Worcester almost looked just puzzled by the move. It went straight to the front, a cheeky move, and off the back of that sustained pressure of a few phases, Evie Turton just took the ball, rumbled towards the line, and managed to get it down.
Yeah, an absolutely brilliant play there in the line out. Goes to Lizzie Jones. She tricks the Worcester players, and and then it's passed to Evie Turton, and she just absolutely drives forward. And what a brilliant try that is.
Byron gets the conversion, and we are locked level just before half time.
Wow! That is key for Gloucester. I mean, they've. I think Worcester have dominated in this first half, but that is just crucial from Gloucester, and undoes all of Worcester's hard work in that first half.
Well, that is just what Gloucestershire wanted just before half time. That is exactly what they needed. But Worcester will restart things with not long left to go in the second half, and it's going to be Lily Trotter to get us on the way. Up it goes, down it comes into Gloucestershire hands. It bounces around a little bit, but referee stays, and there's another run, and it's going to be Phoebe Dunn. She's tackled just beyond the halfway line. Gloucestershire will look to gain momentum and to get level, maybe potentially go inside in front, who knows. Here they come. And right it comes, they're going to come right as well. There's space coming out towards the right hand side. Worcester managed to get the tackles in, and there is the penalty, and that is what they wanted. And it's for not supporting away going in, and that is exactly what they wanted. So I think Trotter, by the looks of things, is going to go for the line out, and Worcester may just look to strike before half time and just have momentum swing their way again. Oh no, they won't. They're going to play the quick ball. So it's going to be Armour who's just taking that into contact again. Worcester move forward. Forward they go.
Yep, Gloucester need to make sure that they don't give away any silly tries here. It's crucial that they go into this half even.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, Worcester will be looking to score, so for Gloucestershire it will be about in this phase of play. No penalties, no points. That is what they'll be thinking right now. As Worcester carry on coming forward. Left, there you go. Trotter just waits in behind scrum half. Here it comes, and it's going to go towards the second row. That was Wiggins. And that was Dave Byrne who just carried it in as well. There it comes. Wiggins out towards the left hand side it goes. Heidi Pullman comes in and plays it back towards the right hand side, and that's going to be Harvey Armour. That's gone in there as well. She's brought down. Pullman comes out, plays it right. And it's going to be Olivia Lindbad who gets there. Back right, they come again. And their centre, that's 12. Sammy Harper, she manages to cut back inside. Maduaku looking to set some light. She has done so far this half. Proffrey Grosvenor towards the line. Worcester coming forward. And that's a Gloucestershire penalty. And once again, the defences have done their job.
Yeah, that's key there from Gloucester. Excellent job to win the penalty there. And yeah, eliminate that attack from Worcester. It was looking a very strong attack. Yeah, Maduagu, when she got onto the ball, was thinking she was going to power forward, but the tackle was made well on her this time, and she had to pass it out. And yeah, then the tackle was made and the penalty was won for Gloucester.
Well, the other key thing is she wasn't allowed that room to run into, was she? And I think that's been another key thing. She's had that room to run into in the past few runs that she's made in this first half. But anyway, Gloucestershire will look to get themselves out and into half-time. Level, they have managed to just pull themselves back into it thanks to a try from Evie Turton. But they need to get out of this field position. And that is exactly what they'll look to do with this line out from the penalty. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I think for Gloucester now it's just they're in their own half. I think it's just about keeping the ball not giving away any silly penalties and making sure that they don't let Worcester score here now.
That is the key possession, and also, well, we're going to have to make sure that this line out goes correct as well, and it's going to be taken. Laura Hill with the ones, and it comes, it's bobbled around, and I think Gloucestershire have managed to retain possession. They have. So wait to come out towards that left hand side. Turton, the try scorer, takes it in. Here it comes again. The ball's just waiting to come out. Out it comes. Gloucestershire play it left, and that's another good run. Again, they're gaining yards just slowly, but they are gaining them, and that is the key thing. Gloucestershire once again looking to get something out of this half, and that's a loose pass, and I think that looked off the wall there, but the referee says that's fine. So Gloucestershire will play on. There's a little kick there, and it goes in towards the chasing fullback, and that is going to be Natasha Johns. She's managed to pick it up, and it's penalty going Worcester's way.
Yeah, brilliant from Gloucester there. Poor from Worcester.
Sorry, it's actually.
And you can see the shouts on the Gloucester players there. They're very happy to win that.
Sorry, folks, it's Gloucestershire's ball. Actually, it was knocked on by a Worcester player. That is my fault. But yeah, it was knocked on by a Worcester player, so it's going to be Gloucestershire that have the ball, and they'll be looking to gain something from this, and they'll be looking to, gain some confidence going into half-time. They managed to pull it level, so if they go into half-time level, that would be what they want as well, but even a bonus for them mentally if they can go half-time into the front. Anyway, in it goes. Chloe Sharp with the put-in into the scrum. Back out it comes, and it goes in towards the hands of Brianna Byron. Referee just calling play black there. And I think we're going to have a re-put. So what do you think, Sam, so far? Do you think they'll be looking to go in front or level?
Yeah, I mean, if Gloucester can get in front here, that will be absolutely crucial. That would be phenomenal from Gloucester. If they were to manage to score here just before the half. But I think the main thing will just be making sure that they don't give away any silly possession, any silly penalties, and continue to perform their duties.
There comes the penalties. Left it comes. Here it goes. It comes out towards the left hand side, and it's just gone a little bit scrappy, but Gloucestershire managed to retain possession. Home crowd roars them forward. The referee brings play back, and that is, I believe, that is half time. It is half time. It's been a frantic, fast pacey first half here. Worcester opened the scoring early on. Gloucestershire managed to get a few phases. We did think it was going to be all Worcester so far the first half. It has been. Gloucestershire have able to hold them out, and just in the last 10 minutes or so, Gloucestershire have managed to creep back in, and they managed to get back into this game thanks to a cheeky little line-out move, which eventually ended up being finished up by Evie Turton. It's 7-all at half-time. That's it. Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well that is it for half time, and we should be back shortly for the second half.
Well, as your ladies' teams make their way back out for the second half, let's make some noise!
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a fantastic first half. For those of you that are just joining us on the stream of this 7-0, Worcester managed to score early on to the half. They managed to develop a few attacks. Gloucestershire looked face back. Madawaku for Worcester has made a few attacking runs for Worcester as well, but Gloucestershire just before half time managed to creep back into the game and got themselves back into it, and that was thanks to Evie Turnton, who scored on her 50th appearance. And what a year it'll be this year, and what a result it would be for her if Gloucestershire are to come out into this game. Strap yourselves in, buckle up. It's 7-0 and there's another 40 minutes of this to come, and we're all prepared here at Cheltenham Tigers for the second half of this women's varsity game.
Make some noise for your university!
The fans get cheered up. Swap of sides now. Worcester kicking from left to right, Gloucestershire from right to left, and it's going to be Lily Trotter to get the second half underway. And away it gets under, and that's it. So Gloucestershire managed to get possession early on, and they look to come forward. Right it comes. Gloucestershire again, and that is returns again on one of her another massive runs. The try score managing to score just before the half time to bring us side back level. Gloucestershire managed to creep back into it. Right it comes. Ball bobbles up into the air. They just about hold on to it, and I think that there's Naya Boys that's managed to hold on the loose head prop. Right it comes again, and that's going to be Evie Turnton. She manages to take it into contact as well. So looking to start strongly here, Gloucestershire. They managed to finish strongly in the first half. They look to start just as they finished just over a few minutes ago. Back towards the other side they come, and the referee is going to rule that as a forward pass. So Worcester with possession early on, and again it's a giveaway, isn't it, Sam?
Yeah, it's annoying for Gloucester there. They're going to want to try and make sure that they're not doing that again. They did it a couple of times in the first half, but yeah, they don't want to give Worcester any unwanted possession. That's for sure.
Yeah, and that will be key as well, won't it? They will not want to be having any giveaways as well, you know, especially after just getting themselves back into the game just before half time. That really was a key try though from Evie Turnton, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just magnificent the way that she powered forward after that trick play by Lizzie Jones.
Yeah, that really was important as well. As there goes the put in, there's the scrum, and the referee is not happy. So we're going to have a regroup again. He's just going to have a few words with the forward pack. Well, what do you think's going on in these scrums then? Because we've had quite a few scrums that have had to restart, or where the referee's not happy with the front rows.
Yeah, I just assume it would be that.
Yeah, it will be, but
it looks like it might be Ruby
Longwig
that's down and needing some attention from the medical staff.
Yeah, it's Ruby Longwig that scans. Just went down just after that phase of play, so we'll see what's going on there. So I mean, Gloucestershire will be looking to, pounce forward. If they can get a few scores early on or a few attacking phases, how vital do you think that will be for them, Sam?
Yeah, it's crucial that Gloucester use the momentum that they had at the end of that first half to really push forward in this second half. Make sure that Worcester's key players aren't getting forward, that they make those key tackles, especially on the likes of Maduwagwu, who, as we said in that first half, just has a power and speed that seems on another level to any of the other players. So crucial for Gloucester to make sure they make those tackles and use that momentum they had in the first half to drive the ball forward, get it to some key players that are able to drive it forward, like Evie Turton.
And Maduwagwu, as we mentioned, she really has been the driving force in that first half. So glad we want to look out for Gloucestershire. But here we go though. Only Pullman to have a put in, and the first, I say first, it's going to be a regroup, but the first one for the second half, so it's going to be Hyde Pullman to put in, and Worcester will look to go left. It comes out towards Trotter, and it goes to inside second. There's Maduwagwu again, another one of those breathtaking runs. It's brought down just short again, and again it's momentum chasing. Hapiama will go under the sticks, and it's Worcester who strike early on.
Yeah, another brilliant run by Mia Maduwagwu to just power forward. She just gains so many yards through her powering runs, and she hands it off to Hattie Armour, who's just able to run it in, and she celebrates before even scoring the try by putting her hands up, and that makes the score 12-7 with a possible added 2 points if they can convert here.
It's going to be Lily Trotter. She's nailed every kick so far, but this to put them in front, just to put Worcester in front, and it's not the start that Gloucestershire wanted. But here we go. The flags go up, and it is advantage Worcester early on in the second half. A fantastic try by Hearty Armour, and it's Lily Trotter with the conversion, and it is Worcester who lead by 14 points to 7.
Yeah,
Sam.
That is not what Gloucester wanted to start the half out. They would have wanted to make sure that they weren't giving away lots of yards early on, and they just didn't do that. But it is thanks to Worcester do have Mia Maduwagwu to thank for that try, because once again she just uses the power and speed to drive forward. She just seems on another level to anyone else on this pitch when she has the ball.
She does, and that was the restart, and immediately Gloucester had possession. It was knocked on, so Gloucestershire will retain the ball and look to get back into this game. So there's going to be a scrum for them into the Worcester half. It's been a fantastic game so far. I tell you what, it's been played at fast, ferocious pace. Both teams coming at each other, hasn't it, Sam?
Yes, both teams have had good possessions, but in particular Worcester, they've just been able to drive forward and use the power and speed that they have in their on their wing to really power forward.
Yeah, and again it's a penalty coming at the scrum, and I think there is a player down, and I believe it's got to be either, and I think it might be one of their forwards. We'll have a look. I'm not sure who it is that's down on the field at the minute.
Looks like she's holding her back.
Yeah, I think it might have been constraint just from that, and I think it's going to be no worries. It's that's the Worcester scrum half, Heidi Pullman. She's gone down just hold the back. No, it's not number 9. It is actually number 18. That's the Bella Peacock, who's the replacement that's just come on. I think one of the half-time changes. So Worcester will look to regroup. Gloucestershire will be looking to get back into this game as quickly as possible, won't they, Sam?
Yeah, it's key now for Gloucester to really gain that momentum back that they had at the end of the first half. Really try and equalise things up here and not let Worcester use the momentum that they have now to put the score ahead any more than it already is.
Trotter kicks it out, and it's going to be a line out. So, Worcester will look to break out, gain some territory. They'll be looking to try and maybe get the ball back into Maduaka, as you can see there. Number 13, she's been fantastic so far in the first half. Few attacking runs that have just changed the momentum of play. In comes the line out. Worcester managed to retrieve the ball. Back left it comes, and the referee isn't happy. It wasn't straight. It's not a straight throw, and so Gloucestershire get possession back. Ball not thrown in straight from the line out, Sam.
Yeah, that's poor from Worcester. That's not what they would have wanted from that line out, and it gives Gloucestershire possession in what could be a key drive if they want to bring the score level here.
Yeah, that will be important as well, won't it? Their fans just starting to get going as well. In comes the line out. Gloucestershire managed to get it. It's a bouncing ball. And it's Worcester who have managed to retain possession. Through it comes as well. That's another fantastic run. Here it comes. Trotter to number 10. Maduaku just can't quite grasp onto that. And it's going to be a knock on. Luckily Maduaku unable to grasp onto that ball, Sam. She just couldn't quite hold on. Worcester looking to play quick. And it's a fantastic defence coming out the box from Gloucestershire.
Yeah, I think Gloucestershire will count themselves lucky there that Mia didn't hold on to the ball. Otherwise it could have been another powering drive that may almost certainly have ended up in a try for Worcester.
Yeah, it could have been, but who knows. But anyway, referee just gets the front rows into position, gets the forward pack in there, and it's going to be hiding, and it's going to be Chloe Sharp to have the put in. Gloucestershire have the scrum. 14 points to 7 early on into the second half. Referee shouts the commands, a little tap onto the shoulders, and it goes. Back out it comes. They come left now through the wingers, and that's a good carry by Rihanna Byron, who will look to go towards the line. Will she get there? Yes, she will. Rihanna Byron goes all the way, and Gloucestershire respond almost just within minutes of conceding, and it's Rihanna Byron, and all of a sudden it's game back on at the Varsity, and all of a sudden we are pegged back to 2 with a conversion to come.
Yeah, that's brilliant from Bryant there to... She just had acres of space there. I'm not sure if Worcester didn't have their players positioned correctly, but yeah, Bryant just had the space to just run into the end zone there and score the try to bring it to 12 for the home score. Will they be able to equalise here?
Rihanna Byron places the cone.
She scored the try. She'll try and score the conversion as well.
Can she be a try converter? If ever there were a time to step up to bring her side level, this is it. She keeps her eyes on those posts. She places the ball down. Just a few steps back. A ball heavily placed. Byron for the conversion. Here it comes.
There we go.
Here it comes, and over it goes. We are locked level in what I think could be playing out to be a varsity thriller. 14 points apiece, Sam.
Yep, 14 points apiece at the 52-minute mark. And yeah, Gloucester are able to capitalise on, I think, what was a Worcester mistake there, where they just didn't seem to have their players positioned correctly, and what was an excellent try from Worcester at the beginning of that first half is eliminated, and the scores are back to even.
Well, as I said just before the second half, strap yourselves in because we could be in for a thriller, and it certainly is what it played out to be here. Gloucestershire look to come forward immediately and just try and gain some momentum after that. Fantastic work from them. They come out towards the left-hand side. And it's going to be Sharp that maintains things. Sharp comes in, scrum half note, she goes into the ruck. Quick little picking over. Worcester have managed to retain possession, so possession going back their way now. And there's a penalty coming, the referee, and it's discipline in the ruck again. Again, we've had a few of those issues, haven't we, as well, where players been told for holding on, discipline into the ruck. Is that fantastic work by the forwards or just poor discipline?
I think it's poor discipline there. And Worcester are trying to fight back, but Gloucester will try and use their momentum now to get it forward and go in front for the first time. So far, Worcester have led twice and Gloucester have had to equalise twice, but Gloucester will now look to go in front themselves, and Worcester will once again try and go in front for the third time.
Yeah, right they will, but Worcester have to just try and get something from this Gloucestershire line out. Gloucestershire will be looking, no, it's Worcester line out, sorry. So Worcester will be looking to get something from this line out. Gloucestershire will be looking to hold it out. In it comes. And it's going to be Ruby Longridge to take the throw. Down it comes safely, but it's gone into Gloucestershire hands. And that is just what Gloucestershire wanted. Hill takes it and manages to regain possession. Just a few pick and goes. There's the scrum half, Chloe Sharp. She finds herself into the mix of it. Forward. Back right it comes. Gloucestershire look to go right and just exploit space that's momentum on that right hand side. Worcester's defence shifting around the corner as Gloucestershire move the ball quickly, and that's another fantastic run as well. It's Emily Lapworth coming through the middle. Gloucestershire now all of a sudden just about starting to emerge from their own 22. They just come out towards the halfway line now. Now the momentum is just swinging their way. Plays towards the other opposite hand side as well. That's number 12. That's Ruby Faye Francis who comes in. Out towards Evie Turnton. She'll be looking to make this a memorable 50th appearance as well. Gloucestershire going back towards the right. And it goes in through the hands of Lizzie Jones, who's tackled. Fantastic work. Worcester just having to remain clean and disciplined in the defence here. They managed to just gain a few metres and push Gloucestershire back slightly, but not too far. Back towards the right hand side it comes. There's the kick. It's going to go out towards the far field, and it's going to be comfortable, and it's going to go out of play. But it has been fast and frantic so far, Sam.
Yeah, what a great start to this second half. Both teams really at it. Both teams scored a try early on, and yeah, this it's just only going to continue in this second half as both teams will both tire out, but at the same time really try and use all the power and speed and anything they have left within them to carry themselves over the line and try and secure the win for their side.
Fantastic. Anyway, Worcester with the line-up ball. It comes down it comes. Worcester looking to retain possession off it. What a run, what a hit that was. But she just fended off. Worcester looking to try and just get something from this tack. Onto the ball they come. That's another good run, and I believe that was probably Rothman's now coming in. No, it wasn't. Back right. Gloucestershire watch on as Worcester just tumble forward. Mad Walker waits in that centre field. Worcester will be looking to get the ball back to her quickly. Trotter in number 10 awaits, but it goes towards the opposite hand side. It goes left instead. So Worcester having to regroup, and it does come back right, and there's the knock on, and that's exactly what Gloucestershire would have wanted. The pressure, you would have thought it was going to come to Lily Trotter just waiting out on that right hand side then where the numbers were, but they went left, and it's ended up in a knock on, Sam.
Yeah, that's really good for Gloucester, who will now try and drive forward themselves and lead for the first time in this game.
Yeah. You can just start to hear the Gloucestershire fans just start to try and keep their team going, trying to get the momentum going. They know their team is in a tight battle here, 14 points apiece. Now, Worcester do have a player down. It's Phoebe Dunn, the number 5, the second rower. just going down after that frantic few pieces of play here. But it really has been an entertaining game for the Varsity. For those of you that, like I said before earlier on, if you want to tune in, it's on the UOGSU YouTube channel. You can watch this game live and keep up to date with sporting events across the day in the Varsity Week. It's been a fantastic week though, so far, between both sides. A fantastic past couple of days, apart from the weekend. It's been frantic, it's been enjoyable. We've got the dance taking place, that's in the arenas up at Worcester, so we'll see how that plays out later on and see the result coming from that game, from that competition there. But focus is here though at Cheltenham Tigers. 14 points apiece in the Varsity so far in the Women's Rugby Union. The men's game to come later on, that starts at 6 o'clock. But other than that, it's been entertaining so far. It's been a frantic first few minutes of the second half. Both sides coming at each other. They've responded well. They've been attacking well, haven't they, Sam?
Yeah, both sides have really driven forward in this second at the beginning of this second half, and I think both coaches will have spoken to their players and really told them to just go out there, keep driving forward, keep using.
Sorry, just apologies for that. Just coming in, did just hear that the men's rugby is not 6 o'clock. It's actually 4 o'clock. That's on my behalf. But yeah, that's at 4 o'clock. But meanwhile, there is a women's varsity game going on. So we're all set. In comes the scrum. Gloucestershire have it. Out it comes, back towards the hand side. It's bobbled away, but it's ended up into the hands of Brianna Byron, who manages to take it in. Back towards the left, Gloucestershire come down left hand side. That ball's gone loose, but it's picked up and it's cleaned out, and it's cleaned up by Maisie Wiggins, who manages to pick up the pieces and just tidy things up a little bit as Gloucestershire just start to play slow ball. That's another good run, and that's Ava Byrne who comes in to contact there. Gloucestershire looking to go back towards the right hand side, back the way they came. There's Evie Turnton with another one of those fantastic runs. Evie Turnton with a fantastic run as well. Can the forwards get there in time? Yes, they can. Gloucestershire will look to gain momentum towards the left. Another good tackle coming in. Worcester all of a sudden now penned back. Gloucestershire looking to regain momentum. Numbers lining up towards their left hand side. And the referee is just going to bring play back. But what a run by Evie Turnton on that hand side.
Yeah, Evie Turton, similar to Maduagru for Worcester, she just has that power to drive forward, and it doesn't seem like Worcester are able to lay a hand on her when she does use that power to drive forward. She got the first try, and yeah, she has the experience. It's her 4th year at UOG. She is the club captain, and like you said previously, it's her 50th game for the uni.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic career with her university side. Fantastic season as well, and well, I think Worcester have just gone for the line out here off this penalty decision. It's just unfortunate, wasn't it, from a Gloucestershire perspective, you know, that they weren't able to take any momentum from that. Weren't they, Sam?
Yeah, they would have wanted to use that momentum from the drive from Evie Turton to really push on, and it was unfortunate to give away that penalty and hand possession back to Worcester.
And they've done that same thing again, so eventually it was once again Gloucestershire just giving possession away, and Worcester just unable to hold on, and I think it's going to be a scrum down. So let's see. Yeah, it is, and it's once again Gloucestershire just unable to hold on to the ball when they have it, so Worcester will take the scrum, and it's going to be Heidi Pullman to put in. Players bind, front rows bind, everyone locked in. The referee calls them up again. He's not happy. He's going to have a word with the two hookers here, and Laura Hill and Ruby Longbridge. He's going to just have a few words, and I think he wants it to be a little bit more stable. That's the message he's getting from them. Just wants it a little bit more leverage in there. So the referee just making sure everyone's safe, making sure the front rows are ready, and we go again. So, bind, set is the call, little tap on the shoulder. Here we go, it is put in by Heidi Pullman. Worcester managed to get it out the back, and they're managing, there's a little bit of a scrap for the ball, but again, and play moves forward. And that's another fantastic work then. Worcester able to come back onto the attack. And they've gone through the gap again. Now was Trotter able to break through the Gloucestershire gate. Worcester looking to come forward again. And that is through. Back right they come. Trotter comes and it plays it towards the centre. Plays it towards Sammy Harper at number 12. A fantastic job. Gloucestershire having to remain disciplined here, back in towards their own half as Ruby Longbury comes crashing into contact. Worcester play it left again, and there it goes, and that is going to be Freya Cadman. She comes flying in as well. She's another replacement that came on at half time. Here we go, right it comes, and that's Trotter that runs it into contact, and the referee is going to bring play back. I think he's going to have a word with a few of the players.
Looks like it might be for an injury on Worcester's side.
Yeah, I think it is, and I think it is going to be Ruby. I think it's Ruby Longbrick after that run into contact as well. After that run, that was a fantastic run. Or actually, is it going to be? I think it's Freya Cadman. Might just be Freya Cadman on that side. And Sam Harper just going over to check on her colleague here, or she's going to go and have a few words with the physios just to see what the situation is. Worcester in the huddle, Gloucestershire in their huddle as well. I think they'll be looking to just keep Worcester out, maybe just try and gain possession, win possession back, keep clean in terms of scoreboard, and they'll be looking to just try and hold out what has been a potent Worcester attack so far, especially with the likes of Madawaku.
Yeah, we're just over halfway through this second half now, and it remains even after a try apiece from each team in this second half. And as we head into these final 15 minutes, both teams will be giving it their all to try and win the game for their university.
Yeah, last 15 minutes to go. Just going to have a scrum here. It really has been, as I said earlier on, for those of you on commentary, a fantastic game. Locked up 14 points apiece with 15 minutes to go. This could be the ultimate finale for the Women's Varsity Rugby Union 2026. Could this be one of those classics? Who knows? We still have 15 minutes to go. Worcester with a put in at the scrum, and it's going to be Pullman to insert. And once again, referee just calling the players up as well, just having a few words again. I don't think some of them were quite ready just yet, but once again we go again. So players bind up. There we go. Oh, I think it's just for a quick tying of the laces, that's why. So just making sure all the laces are done up, and we regroup and we go again. So referee calls players into position. He announces his commands. 2 scrum halves watch on, and it's Heidi Pullman, the number 9, with the ball in hand. Very sharp, just keeping an eye on her forward pack. Pullman takes it out, it comes towards the right, and it's Freya Francis. She plays it out towards Molly France, and it's Madawaku again on another one of those tacking runs. But again, Worcester unable to hold on, and that's fantastic work by Natasha John. Sorry, that is Mary Cameron. I do apologise. Mary Cameron, who was unable to hold on to the ball, who managed to regain things for Gloucestershire and just trying to tie things up. But Worcester will look to try and be more potent on the attack, Sam.
Yeah, just a silly mistake there from Worcester. They've not made many of those, but when they have, Gloucester have managed to capitalise on them. And like you said, Marnie was able to capitalise there, win the ball back for Gloucester before being tackled down, and the penalty won.
Well, there are going to be quite a few exchanges. I think it is quite a few of the forward practices. Olivia Lingford, Ruby Longbridge as well coming off. Lily Reeves, Hannah Fletcher are coming off as well. And they're coming on, and there are the replacements, and I believe that is Chloe White as well that's come on for Worcester in terms of the replacements. Ellie Carr as well, she's come in to replace the flanker position, and that's a few more to come as well. But anyway, in comes the scrum. It's put in, and Chloe Sharp plays it out for Gloucester from the back. Quick switch as they look to come the other way. They managed to gain a few metres. That's another good tackle there as well. So Gloucestershire managing to come back towards the right hand side, and that was Ava Byrne coming in there. Gloucestershire just looking to try and get themselves free, get themselves out of jail potentially. That's another good thumping run by Ash Poynton.
Yeah, some brilliant drives from Gloucester here, but Worcester still managing to keep them in their own half.
Oh, there's fantastic space here. That's a fantastic run onto the right hand side. Brianna Byron, Alice Horner charging. She's brought down for short, but Gloucestershire looking to gain momentum from that run, but it's kept. Gloucestershire able to hold on back towards the left. They come looking to get something in the last quarter of an hour here. Back towards the left hand side. Gloucestershire just keep possession running. That's run in by the flanker Lizzie Jones. She's done a fantastic job keeping the scrum, but Worcester able to turn it over through the likes of Lily Reeves with possession in hand, and Worcester will look to just slow things down for a few phases and get going. Fantastic defensive work done by Worcester as well as they retain possession. Scrum half, there it goes, out towards Trotter, towards the left hand side. That's number 7 there, Hattie Armour, who managed to score early on. Fantastic work as she gets it off to the left hand side. Worcester able to attack once again. We could be in, as I said earlier on, for a classic, and it's definitely starting to play out. Another pick and go. Trotter tried to just break free. Gloucester didn't see it, but they managed to pull it down. Through it comes again, and that's their number 1, Olivia Linford. Another one of those crashing runs that a lot of the forwards have had this afternoon. Worcester look to come back towards the right hand side, and it's knocked on, and Gloucestershire with fantastic line speed and pressure as they couldn't hold on, and it's a knock on, and Gloucestershire will get possession. Sam?
Yeah, that's key for Gloucestershire there. Worcester were able to win back possession after Gloucester made a poor pass that got the play turned over to Worcester, and it looked like Worcester were gaining quite a bit of momentum, driving the ball forward, but Gloucester were able to break up that momentum.
Yeah, Gloucester able just to disrupt the Worcester momentum just as they started to get going, wasn't it? So it's important. What do you think also we'll be looking to do from here? Not long, well, just going in towards the last quarter of an hour, I believe. The game locked up 14 points apiece, so the game is literally balanced on the knife edge. Sam, what do you think both sides will be looking at?
Yeah, I think Worcester will be trying to get the ball to Mia Maduwagu. She can just drive that ball forward, as we've said so many times already in this game, with her power and speed. If I was Worcester, I'd be getting the ball to her every time, just trying to give her the space and allowing her to drive that ball forward, and give Worcester the momentum. If you're Gloucestershire, I think trying to get it to those wings, just trying to find the space, trying to work the Worcester players in order to try and get their wings, Alice Hornsby and Amelie Lapworth, the space on those wings, because when they do get free, they've been able to really gain quite a few yards.
There we go, and yeah, so the play is going to resume. Just a quick word on the forwards. Laura Hill, she's scored 1 try. Evie Turnton, obviously we said, to make the 50th appearance. Now Boys is in her second year at the minute, and performance of the match. She's got 1 try this season, so forwards having a good season so far. And we are entering the last 10 minutes, and we are locked at 14 points apiece, and we're all set for the last 10 minutes, which should be a tasty encounter, as Gloucestershire will have to put in at this scrum. Both sides will look to do whatever they can in the encounters. Worcester managed to push the ball forward, get possession. Back right it comes. Trotter with a little dummy. Snatch just step onto the inside. She's brought down just inside Gloucestershire's territory. Back left they come. And that's another fantastic run. So Gloucestershire just having to keep themselves disciplined in defence here. That's another good ball. It's dropped again, and once more Gloucestershire pressure playing off, and they get the knock on. Sorry, it wasn't a knock on actually. It is actually. There's going to be just a little break here for water. It wasn't a knock on, it was actually a penalty. So it's a penalty going in Worcester's favour. So what will Lily Trotter do? This for the conversion, and this potentially to put Worcester in front.
Yeah, if Worcester can score this, it would be key. Putting them ahead 17-14 within these last 10 minutes.
Here we go. Here it comes. And the flags go up, and it is Worcester who lead with not long left to go. Lily Trotter with the foot of hers. That has been fantastic all game, and that is exactly what Worcester need. Gloucestershire now have to respond, and if there is a time to respond, this is it. Worcester lead by 3, and we are in for a final thriller in the Varsity. They managed to get the game back underway. So the Gloucestershire, and Worcester will look to try and see this game out. Maybe potentially score get another few points on the board, who knows. Gloucestershire will look to try and turn over possession quickly as Longbrick manages to run in for Worcester. Back out it comes. And that is the number 16. That is Emily Macklin Day, who's managed to come on. She was another one of the replacements early on. It's pushed forward again. Worcester just looking to try and get out of their half so far. Comes through Trotter, out towards Macklin Day. Can't get there. Back towards the left hand side he comes. Trotter again once in that commanding position. And there's Madawaku again. Another one of her fantastic runs. She just manages to bring that just short again. Another momentum swinger. And it's Lily Reeves as well. That's got turned into contact to our left. It comes. Trotter. Back it comes. Macklin Day runs into contact. Again, Worcester just looking to go forward. Gloucestershire having to retreat again once more. It goes towards, and that's another fantastic run by the number 8. It's Property Grosvenor. Just short of the line. Gloucestershire all of a sudden on the retreat. Worcester looking to come forward again. Trotter. It's going to be an overlap to this left hand side, and it's going to be a try again. And that is exactly what Gloucestershire did not want. And it is Emily Stone. She had plenty of space on that side. There was the overlap off the breakdown. Gloucestershire unable to respond, and all of a sudden it looks like this could be swinging Worcester's way. Sam.
Yeah, Worcester just drove forward there again through Mia Madawagu, who was able to gain a lot of yards. Mani Cameron able to bring her down, but then Worcester were able to just keep pushing forwards. Mani Cameron again made the tackle, but then after that they found space on their wings, and like you said, Worcester were able to score the try and put them ahead 22-14, and it's looking like a very tough task if Gloucester do want to come back here.
Yeah, it will be, and it'll be even tougher if Trotter gets this. Here it comes, Lee Trotter. This one does not make it, but Worcester lead by 8, and it could just be swinging their way. Who knows? Gloucestershire look to get back in. It's Gloucestershire 14, Worcester 22, and there's not long left to go. So what do Gloucestershire do here, Sam?
They just have to give their all now. They just have to give every single fibre of their being to make those tackles, try and win the ball back early on here in this drive, and score a try. If they don't, then it looks like it will be Worcester taking home the win here. at Varsity.
Here we go. Worcester managing to get possession from the restart, and Gloucestershire will look to try and get it back quickly though. But it is looking soon to be. Trotter manages to clear the ball upfield, out it goes, and Gloucestershire will look to get going and get things quickly. The forwards making their way towards the line out, and they'll be looking to get something from this. They do need something. If anything, they need it, and if there were a time, this is it. They need something now. They'll need to get a score, at least a converted try, plus another score to try and overturn this game and turn it in their favour. But they have to do it, and they have to do it quickly. They have to get try, and then allow themselves time for a restart to even have another shot. So, what do they do here? Here we go. In comes the line out from Hills. And it goes. Down it comes. Gloucestershire able to hold on. It bounces around. And the referee says it's gone forward. It did look to have gone forward. So, yep. It's going to go back towards Worcester's way. And that is exactly what Gloucestershire didn't want from the line out. Isn't it? All right, Sam?
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Gloucestershire. And I think now Worcester will use the possession that they do have to just see the game out. And unless Gloucestershire are able to perform a miracle, and I think it will require a miracle, it looks as if it will be Worcester taking home the varsity win in the women's rugby.
It does, and it really does. But referee just calling a thing here towards the scrum proceedings, and a little over just 1 minute left to go. So it does look as if it is going to go Worcester's way unless something changes dramatically, and it'll be against the most unlikeliest of circumstances. But Gloucestershire will look to try and at least score next, and at least get a compilation, and at least try and give themselves something to cheer about. 1 minute left to go. In goes the scrum, and it's placed in by Neve Rudkins. Gloucestershire able to play it out towards the left hand side. They come through the fingers. It ends up into the water hands of Emily Stone, who cuts on towards the inside. She's tackled as well. Worcester having to remain put in defence, and they manage to just hold things slightly. But Gloucestershire will look to try and get the ball moving quickly, and that's Lapworth who plays it out towards the right. And once again, referee just brings the play to proceedings, and Worcester will have the ball. And for Gloucestershire, by the looks of things, that just looks to be it, doesn't it, Sam?
Yeah, I think that's looks like it's some last minute substitutions from Gloucestershire. Some I think just some players that can say they played in this varsity game. But yeah, as we play this final minute, it looks like it is a win for Worcester.
Yeah, there are some changes, and it is towards the back row. So Ash Poynton has come on, and she's replacing the likes of Liz Jones and Megan Hughes. So here we go.
Now
Worcester just on the verge of winning this game. They will look to go forward, look to crush their way through. They will look to go forward once more, but they know that the time is on their side. For Gloucestershire, they'll try and do everything they can. They managed to get it into touch. So, just commanding out the orders here. So, and I think that is Alice Horney, who's just trying to play quick ball, but Worcester do have a player down, and it is Sammy Harper. She has been phenomenal this afternoon in terms of playing that centre role. She's gone down. I think she's holding her left knee, so there's just going to be a slight pause to proceedings here, Sam.
Yeah, and we've headed into the 80th minute now, so as soon as play does go out, it's going to be a win for Worcester.
Well, this is it. Whatever happens next, Worcester will be varsity champions. It is their day, and for them it will be a happy journey back up the M5, and they'll party, I'm sure, late on into the night. Meanwhile, though, Gloucestershire have a line out, so maybe just one last thing, just to give themselves a little bit of grace. In it comes down clean, that's beautifully done. And Eve Turton able to just fight off the defenders. She's eventually brought down. And that is it. And holding on is the call. And I think there's going to be a decision here. I think they just want to either go for the line or cut it out. So what does Trotter do? There's the kick, and I think they'll be looking to go for one more attack and finish on a high.
Yep, Worcester will want to finish on a high and hand over their momentum over to the men's team, as at 4 o'clock we kick off for the men's rugby for this varsity fixture.
Yes, that is at 4 o'clock. Emily Macklin-Day though to take Worcester's line out, and they will maul, and they are going to keep going. The line out keeps going. Macklin-Day has the ball. She becomes the pilot at the back, just anchoring it towards the line. It's still going though. Referee shouts use it, and they come forward. It's just short of the line. Doesn't get there. Now Worcester pressure. They look to finish on a high note. Another pick and go by the forward pack. Again, doesn't get there. That's Lindblad. She is driven backwards. Fantastic tackling in there by Gloucester to hold them out. Again, it's another pick and go. This time the ball does come out. It's Trotter. They have an overlap. It's Madawaku as she rumbles towards the line. And yes, the referee's arm goes up. Madawaku, who has been phenomenal all afternoon, finishes it off for Worcester, finishes it off for Gloucestershire. She seals the victory for her team, Sam.
Yeah, she's deservedly scored a try on what's been a phenomenal performance from herself. She's really driven this team towards a victory, and yeah, getting that try will mean a lot to her, I'm sure.
Well, Worcester, they came to win. They stepped out onto this hallowed turf this afternoon. They stepped out not knowing what was to be. It was an 80-minute battle. Trotter, who has nailed her kicks all afternoon, and the try scores, they have been potent. And it's yeah, got that, no worries.
So yep, it's been a really good performance from Worcester here, and unfortunately for Gloucester, even though they were able to equalise quickly after Worcester scored at the beginning of the second half, towards these last 10 minutes, Worcester have really just had that edge to give themselves a lead and get themselves the win, to win 29-14 here.
Yeah, there we go. But anyway, Worcester will carry on attacking. Back they come, and that is Livia Lindblad on their runs. And there it is. There's another penalty, and once again it's for, I think it is for holding on. Yeah, it is. So Gloucestershire will look to just try and get something from the game. There goes the flanker, there he goes, and it's Lizzie Jones who runs in. Back towards the right they go, and that's taken in by someone new to see now. Comes in again. Gloucestershire look to finish on a high. There's the penalty, and that would be that is exactly what was wanted. That is exactly what Gloucestershire wouldn't have wanted. So penalty on their way. Trotter is going to look, I believe, to kick to touch again. And it does go out into touch. So Worcester will have the line out, and it's going to be Macklin-Day to take. but it has been a glorious day for Worcester. For Gloucestershire, they'll have another year to recap. So Worcester with the line out, and Lindblad just giving out the instructions to the hooker. In it comes, down it goes, and Worcester look to maul again. Referee doesn't like it. There's a penalty in there, and Gloucestershire will retain possession back. So what they look to do, there's tapping a quick ball, and it's ran in fantastically. That's over Byrne, who runs towards the infield and runs towards the centre. She's eventually brought down. They're going to come towards the right. There's just a slight late hit there, and it's brought into contact by another one of the Gloucester replacements. Ash Poynton comes charging in. Left it comes. Just about manages to reach Gloucestershire hands, but Worcester have managed to strip up possession, so it goes back their way. There's another fantastic run, another fantastic tackle as well. This ball's gone over the top, and referee is going to see a penalty. Coming in too late, you can't do that. You have to be the first person in there into the ruck to be able to even compete for the ball. I think there's Worcester have a player down. Just a few stretches and cramps starting to sink in towards the latter stages, Sam.
Yeah, both teams have really put their all in, especially Worcester. They've really... and that's it.
And there it goes. Worcester winners once again. Worcester winners. It's been their day, and just when things last started to turn towards Gloucestershire's way, they turned the tide. They became level just before the half time. They came level once again shortly after Worcester had scored into the second half. Magic from Maduaku. She's been phenomenal. She scored the last try of the game. It has been Worcester's day, and it'll be a day that these girls will never forget. For Gloucestershire, it will be a day for them to remember. They will have another year, and I'm sure they'll be back again. They'll be looking for more. It has not been the day for Gloucestershire's girls, but they played with pride and they won with pride. Worcester have come out on top again once more here at Charlton Tigers. Full time here, Gloucestershire 14, Worcester 29, Sam.
Yeah, unfortunate for Gloucester. They really battled in that first half to keep it level. They really battled again when Worcester scored their second try to put things back to level proceedings at 14-14. But yeah, in that last 10 minutes, Worcester just showed their class. They showed their skill level, which was just slightly above Gloucestershire, and they weren't able to get the victory. Worcester took home the win, and yeah, it'll be a happy coach ride home for Worcester.
For those Worcester players, as you can see there, it'll be a day for them never forget. For those that are in their third year, it'll be a day for them to remember. For those first years, it'll be first year memories. And Worcester have got a bow down celebration. Gloucestershire over to the other side are in their hurdle across to the right. But it is Worcester's day. Maduaku was magic. The captains as well leading from the front. And, you know, for Evie Turton, her fourth year, club year, it wasn't to be for her, for Gloucestershire. But for Worcester, as you could see, they'll party late on into the night. And it will be a late party for them. They'll enjoy the journey back up the M5. Gloucestershire get into their hurdle. They played well. They played with pride. But unfortunately, it just wasn't to be. They could not overcome an attacking potent Worcester side that were attacking right from the off. They had a fantastic first half, and they had a fantastic second half as well. In those early encounters, they were able to take control of the momentum swingers, weren't they, Sam? They were just able to grasp it. Maduaku and the likes of their centres as well were just able to create those momentum changing runs, weren't they?
Yeah, they just had a few key players there that were able to give them that edge to push them over the line, such as Mia Maduagu, who undoubtedly has to be the player of the match. She was incredible throughout that first half. She really just drove Worcester forward with power and speed, and once again in that second half did the exact same. She didn't look like she ever tired. and eventually her hard efforts paid off with a try at the end.
Yeah, it's a fantastic try as well. She had a few good runs there. I've been a few stand-up performers. I would say in terms of man of the match, you'd have to go with Madawaku, wouldn't you? A fantastic run, Sam.
Yeah, she for sure deserved it. If you were going to give a player of the match on the Gloucestershire side, it'd probably Evie Turton, who did make her 50th appearance for the University. She grabbed a try in that first half, and she made a lot of really good runs to drive Gloucestershire forward, but unfortunately they just weren't able to get the win on this occasion.
And it's unfortunate, isn't it? Because just when Gloucestershire went into half-time level, you would have thought, okay, this could be a momentum game changer for them. But again, Worcester came out into the second half and just immediately scored again. Gloucestershire once again came back, but again, it's those penalties again, and Worcester were able to take control of those loose balls. And like we said, through the likes of Madawaku, create those game-changing runs, momentum-changing runs through the Gloucestershire defence. And obviously, as you can see, it's ended up going their way, primarily, I believe, down to that key factor, don't you think?
Yeah, it really was those key runs from the likes of Madawagu, who were going to just keep on singing her praises, but she really was the difference. She just made so many runs that pushed Worcester forward, especially those last two tries. She was crucial to them, and it gave Worcester the win here.
Yeah, it is Worcester win, but you have got a feel for Gloucestershire's girls. They came out, they have done their university proud. No matter what you say, they came out and it just wasn't to be their day. I'm sure they'll return next year stronger. Some of them will look to return with stronger than ever. For those that will be in their third year next year, they'll be looking to finish off on a high. For some of those newcomers, they've got more opportunities as well, but they'll be looking to create memories. For Eve Turton's 50th appearance maker, not to be for her, but I'm sure she'll look back here. And you know, for the likes of Ava Byrne, who practically, as someone said here, lives in the jersey, she's in her third year as well. You know, it isn't to be for her, but it has been a fantastic season for these Gloucestershire girls, and they did come out this afternoon and they really did give us a game. We went into the last quarter of an hour at 14-all, and we just thought the game was just balancing on a knife edge, and then all of a sudden it just clicked and the game swung Worcester's way, didn't it?
Yeah, and like you said, Gloucester have done the University proud. They really did fight until the end. They gave it their all. Each player in every single tackle gave it their all. They kept it very close and right up until the end. After not the best season, they've come out and they've really performed here at Varsity. And yeah, unfortunately didn't get the win, but they've still performed really well.
Yeah, it's been a great day. There's the Liverpool Lombard as well. There's the families that have come to support them as well. The families, those from the university, the Worcester players going over just to greet them, just to say them, just to give them the greetings. Gloucestershire players are still in that huddle. They are regrouping, but as we said before earlier, they are going to come back stronger than ever. And there you can see fantastic work. Look at that team spirit as well, as they're in the huddle. They're there hugging each other. They're there giving each other hugs, condolences. They're well played, and they're still coming out of this game with smiles. I think that says a lot about the team, doesn't it, Sam?
Yeah, you can tell that there's a really a real family aspect of this team. They're all fighting for each other. They were all putting their all into every tackle, fighting for the person beside them. And yeah, for those third years, for those players playing their last game, it will be sad. It will be unfortunate to go out on a loss, but they can leave knowing that they played their best, that they gave their all.
Yeah, they really did, and they have done their universities proud. Both sides have done their universities proud, actually, have to say, and it's been a fantastic week so far of sport. We've still got the men's rugby union to come. There's dance competition that isn't, not sure if it is being streamed a lot, but that's happening as well. But that's happening. That's happening now in Worcester. But yeah, we are now going to hand you down to some pitch side now. We've got some interviews coming up.
Cheers, guys. Yeah, I'm with Faye Francis here, captain of the women's rugby team for Gloucestershire. Full-time, 14-29 loss. Can I just get your assessment of that the full game? Not the full.
Of course. It was a great game. It was a great game to play, great game to watch. It was close. It was a close game. Honestly, from the beginning of the year to now, I'm so proud of this team. We've put in a huge shift today, and Worcester, they just managed to beat us. It was a close game, but I'm very, very happy with the result.
Obviously, it's been a pretty good season for you. Obviously, this is the biggest game of the season as well for you. What were the preparations like going into this one?
Oh, very tough, very tough. Morning fitness every Monday. All of the girls put in a huge shift every Monday, every Sunday. Huge shifts on the Wednesday every time we have a game. Honestly, the commitment to this team from everyone has been unmatched.
And obviously next year you've got another hit at it, being a third year. Whether you're captain again, who knows, but what's the work and what's it going to be like going into next year, wanting revenge? What's it going to be like for the year?
I think preparations, same as this year, start early, keen as well. Take whatever we've learned from today, make sure we flip it around, apply it, and hopefully take away the win again.
And just one last thing, anyone who's coming to the uni next year who wants to join women's rugby, what's one thing you'd say to them as captain?
Oh, absolutely join. I couldn't recommend it enough. I have created, honestly, the players of this team, they are my family. I love them, and I couldn't recommend it enough.
Thank you very much. You can go off back to your team. Well played today, thank you. That's everything here at the women's rugby. Final score, Gloucester 14, Worcester 29. We'll be back for the men's rugby in an hour's time.
Varsity. From the moment it all began, turning through a rich history, following in the footsteps of those who came before you, recognising you aren't the first ones to wear the jersey and won't be the last. Being part of something that's bigger than yourself, that means more than what happens on the field. It's about reaching new heights, having confidence in your team and immersing yourself in the atmosphere, breaking barriers, standing together. The roar of the crowd that carries you forward, cheering you on every step of the way. It all comes down to this moment, cheese versus sauce. The foundations are laid, now build your legacy.
It's time to own your moment.
Do you want to go get food or are you good? I need a